Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we can even get started, I'd like to remind you to please like the video, share the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you haven't watched my previous videos, please do, because on the first one I discussed the course overview, things that I'll be teaching you throughout this Revit course. And in part 1 I discussed how to do or conduct brief meetings and how to do the site visit. In that one I also discussed how to use the site visit checklist in order for you to collect all the data, all the site information before you can even start with your designs. In this one we will be looking at how to use the drawing checklist in order for you to make sure that for each drawing you have all the information that will be needed, you have all the details that will be needed when the plan or the building is constructed. But before wasting time, let us get to the video. Part 2, Drawing Checklist. In this video guys, I will discuss the drawing checklist and show you why is it important to have the checklist. To do that, let us start with the floor plan. And you might find it helpful to go through the checklist as soon as you're done with each drawing. Let's say you're done with your floor plan, go through your checklist under floor plan and check if you have all the information that needs to show. For instance, check if you have exterior dimension, and don't just only check if you have the dimensions, you can also double check if you have them correct. The same thing goes for the interior dimension. Check if you have your section symbol, elevation symbol, room naming, small note arrow, floor covering, room area, and let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see some of the stuff that I'm talking about. So the room area, roof lines, apron lines, windows symbols, the door symbols, permanent fixtures like toilets and sink, wall thickness dimension, floor plan annotation with drawing scale, floor area, exterior window and door opening dimension, the floor level, indicate existing roofs and existing wall if you're dealing with the existing building. So these are all the information that you need to show in your floor plan. Under elevation, let me open one elevation for you so that maybe you can also see while I'm going through the elevation. Under elevation, you need to check if you have windows and door symbols, levels, and then levels dimensions, the safety glass indication. So this one you also need to show, because it's a South African requirement that all windows lower than 800 millimeter from ground level needs to be safety glass. So you need to indicate those in your elevation. So the material notes, the section symbol, elevation name indicate existing roof and walls. And on your water and electricity plan, water and electricity or plumbing and electricity, you need to show the DP location, You need to show the interior lights and exterior light. You need to show the light switches, the plugs, the ceiling fans, and also I forgot to put this one, the ceiling access hole. You need to also check if you have your you have indicated your water supply roads, electricity supply roads, sewer pipe roads, roading eye, inspection manholes, galley and vent, the grey water pipe, water pipe, geyser location, the drawing name and scale, permanent fixtures like toilet, um, fire alarms, horns if it's a commercial building. Let's say you're drawing an office or a hardware or warehouse. You also need to show this, and also you might find it um, useful to separate this from the plumbing plan and do a fire plan. So this is what you need to indicate if you are not doing a commercial, if you are doing a commercial, not a residential building. So you need to indicate the fire alarms, um, the the hose pipes, the fire extinguisher and their types, the fire escape roads, and the emergency yes, doors. So under roof plan, check if you yeah, obviously you will have your roof layout, the roof pitch and slopes, stormwater escape roads, gutter and downpipes, drawing scale, roof overhang. And sorry, I don't know the correct spelling for this one, roof overhang, or you can call it roof eaves if you have dimensions for that. And on your section, open section 1:1. On your section, you need to make sure you have the material notes, which are these notes, maybe just to indicate what material are we going to use for the roof covering. Is it plaster, stuck, or smooth plaster? And you need to show the callouts. You need to show the callouts, the foundation type and specs, truss, roof pitch, downpipes and gutters level dimensions, and indicate natural ground levels and dam proofing, indicate natural and backfill soil, the foundation trenches, the fascia boards, and the drawing scales. All this information needs to be there in your section, and even more. But if you have this information, your drawing will be fine. So under callouts, maybe let's say callout number 3. Yes, yep. Under callouts, you need to indicate the material notes, the drawing scale, and the back reference. I haven't put the back reference, but you need to put where does this detail coming from. For instance, let's say maybe the person will start reading from this plan, and the section is not here, it's on another drawing. Yeah, hundreds of them. You need to show, oh, this call out come from drawing number 101 or drawing so forth, so forth. Yes, yes. So the site plan, this is the information that you need to make sure it's there on your site plan. So the water connection point you must show. For instance, mine on this plan, it's somewhere here by the gate, and it's municipal connection, both the electricity and the water and the sewer connection. So indicate those. And the building area, the new ones and the existing one, calculate the building area. Show the lot number, township site area, the adjacent ERF lot stand number, the dimension from site boundaries to the building. This will help the person who will be setting the foundation to know from the boundary level how much space he needs to leave on the rear side, on the rear, the sides, and the front. So you also need to make sure you have your south boundary dimensions, the fencing type and height, the true north arrow, the gates indicate where the gates are, the building lines, paved area if you have, and existing and new trees, wetlands, site slopes, and the survey perks, the trees, the street veg, the street names, walkways and driveways, pools, carports, lapas, etc. The servitudes, the stable soil and unstable soil, existing, especially if the site is excavated, you need to show this information. The existing building, the demolished building, permanent fixtures, drawing scale, assembly points if it's a commercial building. So you need to indicate, if you're drawing an office, indicate where the safe spot is in case of emergencies. So, but unfortunately, I don't have uh, the demolition plan for this example. But let's say if you are drawing your demolition plan, this is the information that you need to show: the doors and windows to be removed, new walls, existing walls, demolished and brick up walls. Under drainage section, this drawing shows the pipes and their gradient until the septic tank or the municipal connection. So how are they going to fall according to the standard? So under this drawing, indicate the roding eye and inspection, the folds, manholes cover level, invent, depth, distance of each from each connection, the gradients, indicate all those. On the electricity legend, on your electricity legends, these are the schedules. Indicate the electricity symbols and meanings. For instance, a symbol like this one, it's an interior light, so you need to show the person who will be reading the plan. The electricity outlets, volts, on the plugs, the types of light. You might as well specify which light and the manufacturer of that particular light, and other information. Under windows and door schedule, let me go to my windows and door schedule. This is what you need to indicate. First, you need to make sure you have windows images so that the person will easily see what window are we talking about here. So the window images, the codes, description, number required, seal heights, level, lintel size, glazing, type of glazing, is it double or single glaze, the frame, is it aluminium or wood, the position, and the climate zone. Knowing all this information and having all this information will even help you when calculating your fenestration. Under area schedule, do you have the existing area, the proposed area, the total existing and proposed, the site area, the site coverage, far allowed story according to the zoning certificate, the site zone? All this information needs to be there. And the last one, the title block. Check in your drawing if you have this information correct before you can even print. And sorry, I won't be able to zoom in for the sake of config the I don't want to make things even I don't want to show the client information here, so I won't able to zoom it. But this is what you need to show on your this is what you need to show on your title block. You need to check if you have the architectural details, who drew the plans, the project details, the client details, the drawing details, general notes, municipal conceal stamp. Leave a space for them to put their stamp when the plan is approved. So, and the drawing number, this one is very important, because the drawing number will make it easier for the guy who will be reading the plans. Let's say he have 100 drawings. Having the drawing numbers and their names will make it easier for him or her to find each drawing. And that's it for this one. But what are we going to discuss on the next video, which will be part 3? In part 3, we will be looking at Revit. We will be looking at Revit. I don't know if this is the correct word for it, but we will be looking at the interface, the workspace. This is what we will be looking for. All the buttons, we will discuss all the buttons that are here, especially the ones that I usually use. Even this one here in the bottom, these ones here, and including the property ones.